your mat, and let's get started. Coming to a tabletop position, knees in line under the hips, wrists in line under the shoulders, as is comfortable. Pressing into the mat to press up between the shoulder blades, belly up and in. Gently start to focus on your breath. Slow, steady, deep inhales. Slow, full, complete exhales. With an inhale, lift the gaze, lower the belly. And exhale, curl the nose under, arch through the back. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale to come back to a neutral tabletop. And with your exhale, we'll come into downward facing dog. Take a moment to adjust. Maybe pedaling out the feet. Bending one knee, straightening the other, and switching. On an inhale, lift the right leg behind, and with your exhale, cross it over the left, and set those toes down. Bend the left knee, pressing through the right heel. Really stretch into that calf. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, set it next to the left. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, cross it over right. Bending the right knee, pressing into the left heel. Inhale, lift the left leg, and exhale, set it back down. Inhale to lift the right leg up. Exhale to bring it through. Lower the left knee to the mat. Coming into a low lunge. Hand placement will depend on how tight you are. You can stay down. You can come up on a couple of blocks. I generally like to put my hands on the bent knee and gently glide my hips forward to get a really good stretch across the front of that left hip. And then settle into your breath. On your next inhale, begin to shift the hips back, straightening the front leg, flexing through the toes, fingertips or hands on the mat. You can also use the blocks here if that's easier. And with an exhale, keeping the back straight, hinge forward at the hips to get a deep stretch along the hamstrings and into the back of the calf. Continue to focus on those slow, steady breaths as we allow the muscles to release. On an inhale, shift the weight back forward, bending into that right knee. This time, bring the right hand on the inside of that right knee, settling in for lizard pose. Right knee is hugging into right shoulder. Feel free to stay here on your hands, or if it works, you can go down onto your forearms. Another option to increase the stretch on the front of that left hip is to bend that left knee up, reaching back. You can use a strap or just reach, or just holding that foot up to increase that stretch. My favorite option is to turn the toes out on the bent leg and let that knee rock open to get a little deeper into that hip. Continuing to breathe. I don't want you to hold your breath. My cues to move with breath are just that. Suggestions, cues. Inhale to shift the weight back onto that left leg slightly. And exhale to sweep the right leg back, coming back into the tabletop. Taking a few rounds of that cat and cow, we'll inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, coming back to neutral, and then on your exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Take a couple cycles of breath here before we start to move again. Inhale, lift the left leg behind. Exhale, cross it over the right, bending the right knee, crossing through the left heel. Inhale, lift the left leg back up. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, cross the right over the left. Bending the left knee, crossing through the right heel. Inhale, lift right leg back up, and exhale, plant it next to the left. Inhale, lift the left leg behind. Exhale, step it through, dropping the right knee to the mat. Coming into our low lunge on the left side. Again, taking whatever hand position is most comfortable for you. Letting the hips and pelvis glide forward to get that stretch across the front of the right thigh. Continuing the slow, steady breaths. Let your next inhale allow you to start shifting the weight back onto that right knee, straightening the left leg. Foot is flexed. Inhale for a little more length, and exhale, folding forward to stretch through the back of the left leg. And notice as we go through this same sequence, on the left side it may feel completely different than it did on the right. Just notice, no judgment. Inhale to bend back into the left knee, shifting the weight back forward. Bringing the left hand to the inside of the left foot, coming into our lizard pose. Left knee is hugging into the left upper arm or shoulder. Feel free to stay here or come down on your forearms. Also take any other variation that sounds good. Bending the back leg up to clasp for an increased stretch through the quadriceps and the front of that right thigh. Or turning the toes on the left foot out, letting that knee rock out to the side a little so you get a little deeper into the left hip. Ideally, you take the same variation on each side, but since each side may feel different, it's entirely up to you. We do try to keep things even, but after a run, it might feel different. Let an inhale shift you back onto that right knee. With the exhale, sweep that left leg back to match the right, coming back to our tabletop. Coming back to the cat and cow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. And this time bring toes to touch, knees out wide. Setting your glutes back on your heels, reaching the arms forward, coming into child's pose. Just taking a few moments to notice how you feel now compared to before we went through these poses. Again, without judgment, just observing, just witnessing. With an inhale, come back to tabletop and take a seat. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Shanti.